much time do you typically spend crafting a ring? You obviously have really complicated, like advanced designs, but what's your process usually like?
Yeah, when I'm doing a truly like a custom piece for a client or a kind of a with a vision in mind, it's a while. It takes a while because often I'll start with something that I already have, meaning I might have a mold of a big ring, but once I start recutting it, there's usually a couple goes at it. You know, it's usually never the first wax. I would say anywhere from like 6 to 12 hours. You know, and I like to spread that out over a few, like over days. So maybe, 3 hours here, 2 here, 2 here, you know, and spread it out because that is just how, I guess that's how a lot of people like to work, but I definitely need that space in there.
Yeah.
But I'm getting quicker, you know, I think I am getting quicker because carving is funny. It like does take a long time, even if you're just doing something simple. But I've gotten quicker at sort of visualizing what I want to do before I actually do it. But that's sort of how I started loving wax carving because I would find my inspiration as I made it. So it would be like exciting, you know, to sort of unfurl itself, my design, you know, with what I was doing, and I wouldn't really know it before. So yeah, I'm trying to get a little quicker there just to be, yeah, to always have new good ideas. It has to feel like it's not slowing everything else down, you know.
Do you ever like carve two pieces separately and then kind of?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Frankensteining stuff together is the way to do it. Yes, totally. Yes. And I'll do that with like I'll make, okay, so this is where wax carving meets other stuff in my studio. Because what you can do is like Frankenstein together the substrate at like, so for example, I have an earring that's basically a triangle shape, and on that triangle shape is a barnacle with a stone in it. Okay. But like in my shop, I don't try to cut the perfect wax. I cut it out of metal. So it's like a piece of sheet metal. Then I do what I do with the wax. I attach the wax to the metal. So now we've like Frankenstein together two different materials. Then I'll make a whole mold of that thing and then cast it. And then that's the final piece. But it's totally bringing together like two different materials. And I just use either wax. Sometimes you use glue. I've used nail polish to hold stuff together. Like you just sort of use whatever. If the wax melted on itself doesn't work, then you just try to use whatever to get it to stick. And things look really crazy. Like they don't look, you know, they're like they do look Frankenstein together. And but yeah, then once you make a mold of it and cast it in metal, you're like, okay, there we go. Yeah, I mean, another thing I love to do is to like when I'm out at the beach or in nature, but you know, I love the beach for all of its textures and inspo there for me. And so I love just sort of like seeing something that like speaks to me, that says like, you know, that just jumps out as to what like, oh, that's such a cool shape. That obviously just would go like swoop and like be the ring this way, and then I can come back, and if I see something like that I instantly like identify as like I remember once I saw this cool chunk and it was like a shard, like a jagged long narrow shape, and I'm like, that would be such a cool earring, and it just was easy. Like I just picked it up, brought it back, mimicked it in the wax, cast it, and that'll be done, you know. So sometimes it's fast. Sometimes it's not.